What's up, guys? So, watched both Federer and Nadal play yesterday, and I'm starting to think it's going to happen again. Federer versus Nadal, Wimbledon. I think they would meet in the semifinals, and I just wanted to come on and get everybody's thoughts on if that showdown did happen. I mean, what could possibly prevent it? They both look pretty darn good to me. What do you guys think of both Nadal and Federer's form? From what I can see, they both look really, really strong right now. And, it's going to be kind of interesting. We just saw what happened on clay. Didn't work out very well for Roger, and we know that that is Rafa's best surface. He's the greatest ever oh, cool, we got a lot of people coming on. He's the greatest ever on the clay. And a lot of people think Roger's the greatest ever on grass. I think that's a little more debatable. I would give it to Roger, but, Pete Sampras pretty awesome on grass, too. And what do you all think of the form going into that match? Normally, I would pick Federer on grass because it's just like, you got to go with Federer on grass. He's so good on grass. He's made for grass. But if you're looking at, how's it going? If you're looking at what's going on, I would almost say right now that Nadal looks a little better than Federer on the grass. One thing that is going into Rafa's favor, I think it'll be close, says John. One thing that I think is going in Rafa's favor is everybody says that the grass is playing slower than normal. And to me, if Nadal is going to face any hardships, it's like that first week. If Roger can really execute the neo backhand like he did in 17, he can beat him. Okay, well, that he could beat him. That's a big if, though. And is the ball going to be going through the court the way that Roger needs it to go through? What I'm seeing is the court, and I'm not even seeing it, I'm just hearing every single player say the court is playing slow this year. And Rafa, I think, got a big boost of confidence being in Kyrgios. Like, that was a big match for Rafa. Courts are playing ridiculously slow, says Yash. Yeah, so I mean, that's the thing. It used to be in the 90s, 1990s, if you can remember that the courts were so fast that I think the average point was like lasting less than a second. So what they decided to do is from then on, they've been on like this crusade to slow down the grass to make it play more like regular surfaces. Well, they've gone so far that it actually is playing slower, some people think, than a hard court and even a clay court, which is weird because I played on grass and I can't even imagine how you slow down the court like that. But that seems to be what's happening. And Rafa seems to be very, very confident, very healthy, very hungry. His time seems to be there. Like, he seems to be very, very comfortable on the grass right now. And what I've always noticed, Kyrgios was a great match, says John. Yeah, the Kyrgios-Nadal match was awesome. If you haven't seen it, go watch the YouTube highlights. And I think that gave him a big boost of confidence. He went and played Tsonga yesterday, and Tsonga was playing really well. And Tsonga is a great grass court player. And Rafa just absolutely destroyed him. And Rafa played so well that I can't even tell if Tsonga played bad. What did you guys think? Did you think Tsonga played bad? I didn't actually. I was doing work and I was watching the TV, and every time I looked up, Rafa was just playing unbelievable. He was. One thing that Kyrgios says is right now, Rafa is doing his serve plus one play at an all-time high. He's executing at a very high level. He's putting that serve in. He's dominating off the first ball. He got back a lot of. One thing that's interesting is he is now going. He's making like a combination of where he stands closer on returns, but then also backs up like he does on the clay and gets a lot of balls back in play, and then he gets right on that baseline, and he takes it to you. And one thing that Roger said after his first round, Tsonga forgot how to play tennis that day. Do you think Tsonga forgot how to play tennis, or was Rafa just that good? If you're liking this video, guys, so we can get more people into this, give this a thumbs up. If you're liking this conversation, if you're liking this kind of talk. And anyway, where was I? I couldn't tell that Tsonga played that bad. I thought Rafa just looked so sharp. Thank you for the thumbs up. I thought Rafa looked so sharp that it overwhelms you. One thing that was interesting that Roger said after he lost to Rafa on clay is he was actually just studying Rafa. He's like, it was kind of interesting to watch him play on the clay, which, have you ever played somebody? I played a lot of people like that where you're just so outmatched that day where it's like you end up just watching them going, wow, like that's another level. And I feel that Rafa is playing at that other level right now. So I want Federer. I think it would be really cool for tennis. Here would be my dream for the rest of this year. Is Novak's already won the Australian. Rafa's won the French. I would love Roger to win Wimbledon, and I would love to see a next-genner win the U.S. Open, like somebody, like a Felix Auger-Aliassime or a Tsitsipas, somebody like that. I would love to see them win the U.S. Open. That would be my dream for the year for tennis. But I think that Rafa is going to beat Roger because I think that the court is playing slower. I think that it's hard. Roger said after his first round match what he had trouble with is he had trouble putting the ball away through the court. Sam can be a threat to Rafa, but I don't think he will beat him. Yeah, you're talking about Sam Querrey. That's another dark horse. And don't forget that Roger is going to have to go through Berrettini. And that guy is, so it certainly isn't, it certainly isn't out of the realm of possibility. Look, these guys are all so good that there could be an upset. But I think if either person were to lose, if Roger or Rafa is going to get upset next round, which I don't think either of them will, I would actually think Roger has more of a chance of losing to Berrettini, who's playing very, very well on grass and has had some good results on grass, than I just don't see Rafa losing right now. I just don't see that guy losing. Tsitsipas looked bad this year in Wimbledon, like he didn't practice on the grass. Yeah, that's kind of weird. So I feel like it's going to go 4 sets. I feel like Roger's going to play pretty good. But I think, and I hate to admit this as a Roger fan, if both players are healthy and confident and their timing is there, I think Rafa's got that mental edge. The Australian Open, where Roger beat him, they both, I don't think, had their confidence established yet. Like, they both played a good match, but I think if you ask either of them, hey, where's your confidence level going into this match? I think they'd both say, hey, we're just trying to feel our way back into the tour. We're both getting off an injury. We'll see what happens. I hope we play a good match. And they both played a great match. But I think right now is they both really know their game really well. They both know where they're at. They both know how they're playing. They both know how each other feels. And I think when they both know that the other person's confident, I think Rafa's a little more confident. And I think Rafa, they're both clutch. I'm not trying to take anything away from Federer, but I think Federer's an amazing big point player. He is. But I think Rafa's a better big point player. I think Rafa rises to the big occasion a little better than Roger. I don't think that the grass is going to be a big advantage for Roger. When you think of the advantages that you would naturally get on grass, you're thinking serve and volley tennis. You're thinking the slice is really going to bother you. You're thinking that you're not going to be able to. You're going to be able to hit through the court and hit more winners. You're going to get more free aces. These are all things that don't seem to be happening this year at Wimbledon, which is really, really weird. I mean, it's been kind of coming like this. A close-up of the grass reminded me of carpet. It's thick, okay? Thick carpet, says John. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling like all the advantages that Roger would need to beat Rafa, he's not going to get them. And the longer that the tournament goes, it seems like the tournament plays more and more like clay. Rafa always gets more and more confident on the grass. Why the hell is ATP slowing down the court? Sewn into clay. What's the point? Already there are so many better baseline. Yeah, I mean, I have mixed emotions on that. As a fan of grass court tennis, and I grew up and I played serve and volley tennis, so I mean, I love the art of serve and volley tennis. I don't mind seeing shorter points. I like the variety. I love to watch Patrick Rafter play and Edberg play and McEnroe play. I miss that a little bit, and I wish that more tennis players could get away with that. On the other hand, I saw an interview with Brad Gilbert, and he said, because the lady said, well, isn't it kind of not great that we have all the courts are kind of homogenized and that the tennis is kind of the same? And Brad Gilbert said, no, I actually like it because, now you're seeing much better points, much longer points. It's, there's more of a fight going on point to point. And so he said, and he grew up in that time, so he says he likes, that these points are harder to win. I have mixed emotions. I certainly don't want to see it. I remember it was like the years of Michael Steek and Gordon Ivanisevic and Becker a little bit, where it did get kind of boring at Wimbledon. I see what he's saying. But I think it shouldn't be so slow that the players are actually noticing and saying like it's slower than a clay court. I think that is going overboard. I think you got to find a happy balance. I think, look, Agassi was able to win many, many years ago staying back at the baseline, against big servers. So I think you got to make it, I wish it was a little more fair for everybody to where baseliners can still stay back and play, and serve and volleyers feel like, hey, this is my surface. The grass, I'm a grass court player. I think there should be a little bit of a reward for being a grass court specialist, but where a clay courter or a baseliner still feels like they have a chance and they don't have to completely change their game to play on the grass. That's what I would like to see. It does feel like the people who like to come to the net are being punished for wanting to come to the net, and I, especially on grass, don't think that that's the way an aggressive player who likes to come to the net, who has a big serve, who has a really good volley, who can slice really well, I don't want them to feel like they're at a disadvantage on grass. I want them to have a slight advantage. Rafa obviously has a big advantage on clay. He's a clay court specialist, and when he gets on the clay, he enjoys that advantage of longer points, higher bounces, grinding tennis. He gets that advantage on clay. And I think that people who like to play shorter points, like a Kyrgios, like a Roger, they should also get that. Yeah, Borg also stayed back 5 times. Won 5 times in a row, and the court was faster. So I think it is a little bit overdoing it, trying to accommodate, I guess, for entertainment purposes. People are feeling like the longer points and big hitting baseline points are more fun to watch. But one thing that's interesting to me is I was watching a couple of videos of some older matches. I watched a video of Sampras playing an indoor match against Guy Forget, and I watched some 80s and 90s Wimbledon. Not an empty seat. In fact, people are standing around the court. No empty seats. One thing that's kind of weird for me this year, and let me know if you guys notice this, maybe it's just that the big corporations are buying this up, or there's just so many entertaining things to do outside of the matches, but I even noticed that in some of Federer's matches, that there's some empty seats at Wimbledon. Like, what is going on with that? Like, I think if Federer's playing, I don't care if it's the Royal Box, I don't care if it's corporate seats. There should not be one empty seat. So, why is that happening? I don't get that at all. Maybe that's a totally different topic. But anyway, just wanted to come on, leave your thoughts, even if you're watching the replay, who is going to win? Roger versus Rafa on grass. It's kind of weird. I'm picking Rafa to win this. Love listening to your knowledgeable insight on Wimbledon. Thank you, Jose. You are a good tennis man, Pete. With the thumbs up, the claps. Thank you. All right, if you guys like this, give this a thumb up, give it a clap, watch some other. Fed should be on top of his backhand game, which is precisely is not going to work against Rafa for sure. I didn't get to read it all. The point of seeding system Wimbledon to give the edge to the grass court players. Right, that's interesting. Yeah, they give grass court players special seedings, but yet they're not making it like a grass court tournament. That's a very good point and very weird. Very weird. Very good point there. You're right. They're making these special seedings for grass because it's like different to play on grass, yet the court's not playing like grass. And this is not just coming from me. This is coming from the players. It's not like we're trying to guess. The players are coming off the court and saying, whoa, the court is like really slow this year. Roger said after his first round match, is like, I had trouble putting the ball away. I just couldn't hit through the guy. That's weird. So I hope they don't continue to do this. I hope that they speed it up a little next year. But we're talking about this year. We got an exciting matchup on the horizon here. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. Roger versus Rafa, the two biggest legends in our sport. They're going to meet again. I'm picking Rafa. WTA is more interesting than the ATP nowadays. It is weird. I don't know if I'd go that far. I'm not agreeing with you there. The problem with the WTA is you don't get any consistent champions. And I loved Coco, though. She's exciting with me. I don't agree. John, you don't agree with what? You don't agree with what, John? All right, everybody, have a great day. Thank you for the thumbs up. Continue to thumbs up this as you leave. I'm going to go finish my workout. I was just working out at the pool. I swam in the pool. It was a lot of fun. That it's more interesting. Yeah, I don't agree either. All right, everybody have a great day. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all your support.